Coming up on Newsbeat, student government is taking a stand when it comes to students carrying guns on campus.
And we'll tell you about one business that's thriving in this bleak economy.
Plus, LSU has new leaders in student government. We've got the results. Newsbeat starts right now.
From the Tiger TV studio in Hodges Hall, you're watching Newsbeat with Olivia Vidal and Stephen Calamusa. Weather with Alexandra Cranford. Sports with Kristen Schutte. And entertainment with Melissa Clark. Newsbeat, Eye on LSU.
Good afternoon and welcome to this Thursday edition of Newsbeat. I'm Olivia Vidal.
And I'm Hobie Artigue, filling in for Stephen Calamusa. Thanks for joining us. Campaigning for student government is officially over, and the university has chosen its new leaders.
Tiger TV's Lance Frank has a recap of the election and how students voted for more.
It was an exciting moment full of cheers and tears as students embraced their new leaders in Dotson Hall on Wednesday. Newly elected President Stuart Watkins and Vice President Martina Sherman say their weeks of campaigning has paid off.
It was an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
It was months of hard work and dedication, and we kept things clean, we kept things positive, and that's what the students wanted to see, and that's what Martina and I are going to do throughout the entire year.
Watkins and Sherman of the Moore campaign took in 55% of the vote, or more than 3,500 votes, against opponents Andy Palermo and Phoebe Hawthorne. After the runoff, a former rival says students made a good choice.
I love Stuart and Martina to death. I think they're great people. They're honest. I can trust them. And I feel like if I can trust a person, I can trust them to lead, kind of in a leadership role. And I just thought the way they ran their campaign, their issues, it was a really great campaign for a big ticket.
And after this party is over, the newly elected president and vice president say it's time to begin building their administration.
Our sustainability issues, that's one thing that we've pushed from day one. The students wanted it in the general election, and they voted for it with the more recycling bins. And we're just going to continue that through our administration. That's one of our biggest things. First thing we got to do is we got to build a strong exec staff, and that's what Martina and I are ready for. We're ready to send out applications, select some great people that are ready to work for the students, and then after that, it's all going to come together.
For Tiger TV, I'm Lance Frank.
Stuart and Martina won the election with 652 votes. The inauguration is April 17th. For the complete list of election results, visit our website on April 17th at www.tigertv.tv.
While we're away, most of us lock up our homes and cars to keep our possessions safe from thieves. But what about when you can't use a key to ensure your safety? Tiger TV's James West tells us that identity thefts happens all the time, even right here on campus.
They say that imitation is the best form of flattery. But what about when someone doesn't just imitate you, but actually becomes you and abuses your financial identity?
And they had a break-in, and the computer that had all my information on it was stolen.
And somebody had bought a diamond ring with my credit card.
Stories like these are not uncommon. Identities taken and abused, sometimes when the victim has no opportunity to protect themselves. Luckily, most banks and credit unions have taken many steps to prevent this.
LSU's on-campus financial institution, Campus Federal, held its annual meeting at the Lod Cook Alumni Center on Tuesday, where the company talked about its annual report and also ways of keeping its members' identities safe.
Campus Federal has a program called eNotes, and what that allows you to do is to set up your online banking account. So anytime you have a transaction or your account gets below a balance that you want to keep, it will automatically electronically send you an email.
Luckily for Stephen, his information was stolen but not used. Sarah, who has had her identity stolen twice, did not fare as well.
Whenever I checked my balance, actually my mom checked my balance, gave me a call and said, "Hey, did you spend $500 recently?"
Campus Federal urges everyone to check their accounts monthly, review their credit annually, and report to their bank any suspicious activity as soon as possible. After all, it's the kind of imitation that doesn't pay off for you in the end. For Newsbreak, I'm James West.
To find a link to Campus Federal and find more tips about keeping your identity safe, go to our website at tigertv.tv.
While businesses lose their grip on the economy, one business holds on tight. Tiger TV's Vincent Ball shows us how pawn shops are flourishing in this ailing economy.
Gagging for a pair of pliers. I'm thinking he's going to pull some out of his vehicle, or he's going to tweak something in his car, something like that. I was just being nice. A couple of minutes later, he come out there and hand his gold teeth out his mouth.
That is just one of the many stories pawn shop owner Lionel Coleman has of people trying to make ends meet at his pawn shop.
You thinking they're playing with you or it's a prank call. No, it's real. People do some desperate thing for desperate measures. We have a lot of people that you never suspect. I would not say working poor, but the middle class, and also people who pretty much don't know what pawn shop is all about.
According to the National Pawnbrokers Association, 20 to 30 million middle-class consumers obtain short-term loans with an average of $60 per loan. At this pawn shop, tools are one of the most popular items being pawned, so much so that there isn't much space left for them.
We got another guy waiting here to pawn his welding machine, which that's his trade that he uses every day, but he don't have no work.
Pawn shop owner Joe Wallace says he often sees new clientele with high-dollar items.
More watches, more jewelry, like this. I mean, a high dollar camera, guns to a certain extent, everything.
And if you plan on pawning in the future, Coleman says the pawn shop is a place you should use once or twice because you can get hooked. For Tiger TV, I'm Vincent Ball, Eye on LSU.
According to the National Pawnbrokers Association, pawn customers do not receive the same privacy rights and constitutional protections as banks. That's why pawn shops haven't received any bailout money from the government.
Well, student government is working on a bill that would support state legislation to allow guns on campus. The Student Senate tabled the resolution at its meeting last night, but they plan to reintroduce the bill next week. Tiger TV's Megan Ben-Fatti has the latest.
Gunshots could be leisurely, but what if you heard them while walking on campus? Student Senate is debating a bill from the House of Representatives that would either support or oppose concealed carry weapons on LSU's campus.
If we were to approve this bill, we would be saying that the Student Senate approves the use of concealed carry.
General Manager of Bowie Outfitters, Mr. David Rennerson, has been a gunsmith for over 30 years. He says that before getting your concealed carry license, you first have to pass several strict requirements.
First thing you got to do is do the 8 hours of training, and then you go with him on a separate occasion to a shooting range, and you have to prove your proficiency.
The candidate also has to be 21, which would drastically limit the amount of potential gunmen on campus. They also have to pass a police background check.
Basically released all my information to them. They checked me out, make sure that I was able to handle a weapon, and got my conceal and carry license.
LSU senior Lee Benoit has a concealed carry license. Although he's never had to use his gun, he feels it provides a peace of mind.
It changes everything. It makes you feel not that you ever have to use it, but it's there if you need it.
For right now, the issue has been delayed by student government in an effort to get more feedback from students. That means our only line of protection just might be our beautiful bangle. Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Megan Ben-Fatti.
Concealed carry licenses have to be renewed every 2 to 4 years and can cost up to $300 for the class and licensing. Still to come on Newsbeat, Alexandra Cranford will be in with a look at the weekend's weather.
And this little boy knows a lot more than his ABCs. We'll show you his unique talent.
But first, this Chicago couple has pledged to shop exclusively at stores owned by African Americans. Why? We've got the story coming up.